Howdy folks, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am your host, the Mighty Bjorn, and today for you I have a Gunner Heat PC video, and I am just taking the M113 out for a test drive, checking it out, look at the model here, things of that nature, see how it drives. Now this is the Patreon copy of Gunner Heat PC. I will be linking information for that down below to their Patreon as well as their website, so you can get additional information about Gunner Heat PC. But generally speaking, it is a tank game currently in development that is going with more or less an arcade style control base, but a realistic feel when it comes to the combat and the scenarios and etc. Now I'm actually looking through the sights here of the 50 caliber machine gun. I'm actually surprised they are there. Unfortunately, the 50 caliber machine gun is not does not fire. It's not operational, as well as the turret does not turn. And this actually has the gun shield as well as the side skirting to protect anyone operating the machine gun, which would usually be the commander. Now we're going to go up some terrain here. And I'm not 100% sure. I think this might be an M113A2, or at least that looks like what they have modeled here. But folks, don't quote me on that. I'm just going by the fact that it's got those two big bulges at the rear by the sides of the door, as well as the gun shields here, and there's also the engine cover on the front. The way that's set up kind of makes me think that it is actually an M113A2. But we're going to cruise around here a little bit, just kind of take it through some paces and show how it drives. It's actually not a bad vehicle. Now, unfortunately, they don't have infantry yet. I think they hinted, though, at the idea of adding infantry later in the game for vehicles such as this one. Now, this is an early work in progress demo. One other thing I want to point out that I missed pointing out earlier, too, is the ammo can there with the 50 caliber machine gun ammunition. I feel personally that the bullets coming out of the can into the machine gun look great. Not so much when it comes to the ammo in the can, but I still feel it's highly acceptable. And I believe actually I feel that the 50 caliber machine gun is well modeled, as well as pretty accurately modeled in the game. And what it looks like is, it looks like it might be an M2HB, but once again, can't quote me on it. You know, that's something you kind of can't tell unless you're actually holding the machine gun in real life. Let's drive around a little bit more here. Now, the other thing, the engine noise, kind of ignore that. It's just more or less a placeholder, although it's fairly close to what an M113 actually sounds like, but it needs a bit more work still. However, the one thing they did, I feel, do well was actually the engine exhaust. I'm surprised they actually did such a good job modeling that in there. Unfortunately, with the M113, it really gives off some engine exhaust there that you can pretty much constantly see from the time the engine starts to the time the engine shut off. Let's go up over this hill here. I kind of wish these deep ditches were full of water, just to see some water effects. See how the vehicle drives through water. Even if it was just one of the ditches, it would be cool. And it's not necessarily the most amazing terrain crosser in the game right now. It's not the fastest moving vehicle, although it does move at a pretty good clip right now. But it's also a lightweight vehicle. It is just an armored personnel carrier. It's a box with road wheels and tracks and a door, and it carries 11 fully armed infantrymen into combat. But that wraps up my footage for Gunner Heat PC today, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Once again, as I said previously, I'm going to put a link to their information down below. Show those guys some support. Look into what Gunner Heat PC, the developers, is trying to accomplish here. They have a very interesting project. I can't really say that enough, and I actually hope to see some more from them for the upcoming vertical slice that they are working on sometime soon. Anyway, folks, thanks again for tuning in, and have yourselves a wonderful week.